Hello there. My name is Chris, and I'm with PearsonCopy.com, and I'm here to help your brand make more sales with email. Today, I'm going to be going over a welcome email from the brand Char-Broil. If you don't know that brand, they sell barbecuers and other accessories for barbecuing. Um, I am a meat eater myself, so being able to go through this email, this welcome email, and just see it from a stance of I may be buying a barbecue or a grill sometime in the next couple months as of this video recording. So it'd be interesting to see just how this hits for me. So yeah, we're gonna dive into this email. It is a welcome email. I just signed up to their list, and we're gonna break down this email and just see what we can do to potentially test into better results, or just point out things that I think Char-Broil are doing that they're doing great. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. Subject line: Thanks for joining. Comma fire emoji. Get started with 10% off. They're using emoji, adding a little bit of personality here, a little bit of like, hey, this is fun. Like we're a hip kind of brand. That's awesome. They also put the coupon or the 10% off, the offer essentially, in the subject line. So again, I've mentioned this in other two different other breakdowns, I believe. I would test putting this in the preview text if they haven't already, because again, on mobile, this might cut it off and people won't see it anyway. But in the preview text, they'll see it right below the subject line or next to it. So that could be something to test here. Otherwise, I think it's pretty standard. Thanks for joining. Here's what you signed up for. That's pretty straightforward. It's clear. It's not clever. Gets out of the way and gets people into the email and potentially onto the site buying. So yeah, there's that. Next, we're looking at the from name from email. One, I think after looking at this email, and you may agree or disagree with me on this one, but I think Char-Broil could use a little bit more personal touch to this. So they could have the CEO, they could have the grill master, if they want to call somebody that, actually send this first email saying, hey, it's a grill master. Here's what you signed up for. Here's your code. By the way, here are two other things I want you to look at in case you're not sure what kind of grill or what you're buying. You're not sure what you're going to get. So that could add a little more connection, emotional connection or personality, a little bit more real feeling instead of just from a giant brand. That could bring in higher opens, higher clicks, and more sales. So again, everybody so far I've done, I've said, hey, let's test using a from name that's a person and a from email that's from an actual person. One other thing too here is the go-to.charbroil.com with the postmasters at the front. This just looks like it could be spam or could end up with the promo tab. If I look at this email or this address in my inbox and say, hey, postmaster, I'm not really sure what that is, go to Char-Broil. Like, so it's Char-Broil, but like this looks weird. Like this looks funky. So changing this just for visuals and just for perception, getting this to hello at just charbroil.com would probably do better for you. The thing here, I'm speculating here. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming go-to.charbroil, that's a subdomain. They're probably keeping email sends and things off their main domain so that they can try and get better deliverability, delivery rates, and things like that, because they may be suffering at this point. So they might be testing into not using their main domain. Now that's a bunch of technical stuff behind the scenes, deliverability stuff, but it looks like they may be doing that just to save their domain or start getting more emails in the primary inbox. How to fix that? There's quite a few things you can do to test and try to fix that. Not going to cover that today, but it is something that I could help you with if you're interested. So let's move on down the email. If this email is not displayed properly, click here. This most likely clicks into a view in browser. I missed this when I first initially did my comments, so we're just going to assume it does. Again, view in browser is great if you have a lot of graphics, if you're using design heavy emails. It definitely helps people see the full effect of the email when they view it in the browser. However, in the inbox, they could cut off images. It could not load them. It may do different things if it's just straight images. So good to have if you're using a lot of images in your emails. Next piece. Hot tips and hot deals are headed your way. Char-Broil. So this is just a little reminder of like, hey, this is why you're here. Logo, very simple, very clean, out of the way. My PDF made a gap here, so we're going to skip that. But it sits right on top of this, which is a big yellow graphic image element. In this, let's get this party started. Thanks for inviting us to your inbox. You're all set to receive Char-Broil brilliance, pun intended, including discounts, mouthwatering recipe ideas, and insider cooking tips. So one, they're showing off that they do have a sense of humor. Char-Broil has a little bit of sense of humor. They're trying to get you to laugh, maybe chuckle and say, haha, funny, pun intended, right? And then also, too, they're telling you exactly what you're going to get in your inbox when you're on this list. That's a great thing to do. It's like, hey, connect with us emotionally. Here's a joke. And then two, here's what we're going to send you moving forward. So if you do stick around, which we hope you do, this is what you can expect when we show up in your inbox and you see our name. This is why you should click on our emails when you see them. So I think that's very clear, very straightforward. I think they do a great job at this. Next, I appreciate the fact that they're getting, here's what to expect. Here's us as a personality. Here's what to expect. And then here's that 10% off that you signed up to get. We're getting out of the way. click here to go buy, go spend that money that you want to spend. Again, this is going to be like 10 to 15% of your customers are going to sign up and use that code right up front. We want the Char-Broil does this great. They get out of the way and they say, hey, go spend that money. So I think that's great. Your next order of $100 plus, their average order value, I would imagine, is above that. So that's why they're using that. Or if it's not, they're trying to get their AOV up. So they're saying, hey, this is the limit. Maybe there's people are spending 70, 80, 90 bucks and they want to get it above 100. And this is one way to do it. Is like you got to spend over 100 to get that 10% off. And that's how you get that's one way you can get your AOV up when it comes to brands. Two things left on this graphic here that I want to talk about. The code here, super simple, welcome 10. If you click through and it doesn't auto apply to your cart when you start adding stuff to it, this is super easy to remember, welcome 10. Like it's just straightforward, it's easy, it's clear, there aren't a bunch of a character string after it. Super easy to put in to apply the coupon. And then finally, just get fired up. So I know that they add a little personality here with the pun, but the get fired up. When I first read this, I was like, get fired up. Okay, I get what it's saying, but it could be a little too clever. Get fired up if I'm newer to barbecue or newer to grills and it's my first one. I'm not really sure what that means, but okay, I'm assuming this is where I click if I want to spend this 10% off. For this first welcome email, I would potentially test this get fired up and maybe say get your grill now or shop your grill now, something a little more clear and not so clever. I know it looks like they're trying to push in a personality and like create some kind of connection there when it comes to the language here. And I could be totally off too. This may be just the language of the industry, and that's totally fine. But I would test this click-through rate and see if getting fired up, changing that to something else more clear, like get your grill or shop grills now, would get a better click-through rate. So one idea there. Next. So this is one thing about this email that I think could be moved or removed entirely. I think I understand what they're doing with here is like our most popular recipes. So they're one saying, hey, here's our most popular recipes that people are grilling on the types of grills that we sell. And also too, they're trying to get you hungry to say, hey, oh my God, that would be so delicious to try and cook. Like I want to cook that, or I need to get a grill so I can make that. I honestly, psychologically, I think that's too big of a leap to say, hey, I want to cook one bacon wrapped filet mignon with compound butter. So I'm going to go buy $100 to $200, $500 grill and do it. Like, I think it's too big of a gap, too big of a jump psychologically. So yeah, while this looks good, it's like, oh my God, that'd be so exciting to do. I don't think this is the right place for this recipe section in the welcome email. I think they could put this in email 2 if they want, or email 4 or 5, somewhere a little further down after somebody's been looking. This is almost like social proof, right? Like if we use Instagram as social proof, this is like social proof for cooking is, hey, this is the type of stuff that a lot of people that get the grill cook. This is what it looks like. Isn't that delicious? You should go try it. That is definitely in my brain more of a social proof element instead of a direct offer, like a feature benefit, right? Like a feature benefit stack. Because this is just trying to get people to think of food when it's like, hey, I need you to buy a $200 grill to actually be able to cook this. It's like, that's a big jump. They may or may not be committed. Most people that sign up they're going to see this and go, I'm hungry now. They're going to go cook something on their stove or go buy something instead of actually buy the grill, wait for it, and then cook it. They're going to forget this by the time the grill gets there. So with that being said, I think this is a great idea when it comes to using this in your email welcome series, just not in this email. And if you want to force this into this email or use it in this email, I'd put it at the bottom and just say, hey, direct offer at the top. The second piece here, which we'll talk about in a second, which is down here, I would say the second piece when we talk about at the bottom, and then the recipes at the bottom to catch maybe people are like, oh, I'm not really sure, but it's like, oh, that looks really good. I do need to go look. That might catch some people in, but I really think this should go in a different email. So with that being said, I think it's a good idea, but in a different email. The next thing is looking for a grill, but not sure where to start. So this right here, take our grill finder quiz. I think this is going to be a way more powerful way to get people into your grills. Into the grills if they use this right after the code at the top. So think about this. Let's walk through this real quick. So I see this in my inbox. Thanks for joining. Get started 10% off. Cool. I signed up for that. I'm looking for a grill. I'm ready to buy. Char-Broil, see it. Cool. I scroll. Let's get the party started. Yes, let's do it. Thanks for inviting us. Haha, funny pun. Here are discounts, mouthwatering recipe ideas, and insider cooking tips. Cool. I'm in for that because I'm getting a grill. I want to learn all this stuff. I want to know I want to know how to make this the best purchase possible. Whether you're a new cook or a pro, this is cool. I'm in for this. Here's the code. Great. I'm gonna go buy something right now. Click. They go buy. Percentage of people will click through this button and go buy. Next, I'm not really sure what I'm not really sure what to buy, but I do want to spend this money. That's an objection, right? They're not thinking, what am I going to cook right now? What they're thinking is, how do I pick the right grill for the types of things I'm going to cook? So it's grill first, what I'm going to cook later. Psychologically, that's what I would imagine customers are going through when they actually read this email, what's going through their brain, and how you actually address those objections, and the path from I got this email to I'm buying a grill. And that's why I think I'd move these recipes to the bottom of this email or to a different email and move this quiz up, because the next question is, cool, 10% off on orders over 100. I'm spending 150, 200, 300, 500, $1,000 on this grill. I don't know which one to buy. I'm not really sure. I want to spend money, but I don't know. I don't want to buy the wrong one. I don't want to get the wrong one and not be able to cook this. I want my friends to make fun of me. I want to be able to cook for families. I want to cook for me because I'm solo. I want to cook for my family because there's 3, 4, 5 of us. I want to do events. Like, which one should I get? That's a big question, right? And that's why I would move this quiz section up under this coupon of like, here's your 10% off, percentage will click through. The next question is, which one should I get? Here's the quiz. People will click through that, and anybody left saying, hey, if you're still not sure, here's the type of stuff you could cook on the grill. Go check out our recipes and see if you can get somebody to go into the idea of taking the quiz. Because at this point, I feel like, oh yeah, that filet mignon looks really good, but I'm not really sure which grill. They can scroll back up and hit that quiz, right? But if they see the first thing, oh, I'm not really sure how to cook that, but look at all these images before you get to the quiz. They might scroll up and go, okay, I'll go click and see if I can shop, or they'll just leave because they're not sure. It's a big hurdle. It seems subtle, but it's a big hurdle. Is I don't know where to spend my $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 to get this grill. So that's something I would maybe adjust in this email or change or alter. Otherwise, I think the delivery of this is fantastic. The graphics are clean. Again, you could probably do this from like a grill master. Like the grill master from Char-Broil sends you a personal email in plain text that lays all this stuff out. Potentially get a better open and click-through rate and probably more sales. I would test that and just see this email you have here versus a plain text from a grill master with a personality of like, some language. Maybe study the industry a little bit and say, okay, what do people call this? What do people call that? What do people who already have this product? What are they saying about it? Let's have the grill master talk about that, as well as, hey, if you're not really sure, I can help you out. Here's a quiz I give everybody. Go see which one you should get. That is probably going to get a better open and click-through rate and potentially, again, sales. So those are the general thoughts on this email. Finally, at the bottom, after the quiz, you got the standard footer information, socials, address, etc. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this breakdown. I hope that this breakdown helped. I hope that you can take some of this information back to your brand and help you make more sales with email. Again, this was a welcome email from Char-Broil, and I hope this helps. So if you want to see more of my videos on some email breakdowns, I'm doing 100 emails in a 100-day challenge. Go to my YouTube channel and give those videos a watch. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.